This is James Helder for iFilm TV in association with Mackley's Gym Up. We're at the weigh-in today for Carl Frampton versus Scott Quigg. We've just witnessed the weigh-in. Fortunate enough to be joined by Nick Manners. How are you, Nick?
I'm not bad, thank you.
Good,
not bad,
good.
not bad at
Give
all.
me
How
your,
are you, John?
give me your reaction to what you thought about the weigh-in, mate.
I'll tell you what, it was very intense, very intense. Listen, these are the nights that people pray for, and now it's a battle of the nerves, and it's a battle of, now the corners will go back, and they've got to sort of like analyse what they might have sussed out from just little, is the word nuances? No, nuances.
It's a new one on me.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But you know what it is, when you look in a man's eye, or you look in his trainer's eye, or you look in the other corner's eye, and you just think to yourself, oh, is he a bit nervous? Why didn't he turn around and why is his palm sweaty? Why is it, why didn't he look me in the eye? Why did he blink? Well, you know, little things, psychological things and that. And I'll tell you what, Frampton looks dry. He looks dry and he looks ripped, and he doesn't look like he's got a thing in him. And that little roar that he gave at the end,
like celebrating when he made the weight, sort of thing.
Well, yeah.
Was that how you would sort of
well,
look
no,
at it?
I thought to myself, to a degree, that was just some nervous energy coming out, and I thought to myself, you know, when he got round back, he'll have probably gone, because he looks tight and he looks tired. Whereas what's his name? What looks very, very, very relaxed. You know what I mean? I think, you know, like you know that he's used to boxing in frenzied situations. You know, the Irish are fantastic support, and this, that, and the other. But you know what it is? I think they're a little bit unnerved about this atmosphere, about this, because Quigg actually got the louder cheers, the louder roars, and that. And Frampton's already says that it's him who's selling it. And I just think to myself, you know what? Okay, then I'm going to put my neck on the line. Common sense and everything tells me that Frampton's got the boxing ability, the boxing brain, the CV, so to speak. He wins. But you know what? When it comes to drive, desire, determination, passion, and just that will to win, I think Quigg, for me, has got something, and he's got under him. And if he's made the weight and he's not weak, which he doesn't look weak, I think he would have half a pound inside or something, or something he would inside. I think he's going to bulldoze him himself, and I hope he does. Common sense says that for Frampton to have success, he's got to hit him. And if he don't hit him, if he's hitting arms and gloves and that, he's going to be a bit frustrated with that. And what's his name can hit? Quigg can hit. And that left hook now, he's got short little left hook to the body, and that boom, that one there. And you know that Frampton's got one or two weaknesses. When he throws that double jab, his right hand comes with this. On the second jab, his right hand comes away from his face.
Go on, Nick.
Beautiful jab, and then his second one is like a bow and arrow. You know what I mean? I think to myself, you know what, Joe Gallagher. Listen, he might look like, what's his name out of what's that programme? Frank Skinner, something. Not Frank Skinner. Shameless. He might look like him out of Shameless, but there's not shameful about his tactics, and that is a good. No, he is. He's a good tactician, and together with a fantastic little group of people that Gallagher's got in that stable, there's something there that means that Scott Quigg does not want to fail, whereas Shane McGuigan's camp. Not being funny, as much as he's got David A and he's got George Groves wasn't the most liked person, and he also, unfortunately, has lost a couple. David Hay, he's not the most liked person in the world. He's successful, but he might not be the most liked person in the world. So them kind of personalities in there, is that going to be a slight distraction for Shane McGuigan? And if it's not a distraction, if he's giving all his all to Carl Frampton, how's that going to make George Groves and the other one feel? You know what I mean? Because I remember hearing Shane say, sorry for wittering on, but I love boxing, you know what I mean? I remember Shane saying something along the lines of that Frampton is his main priority and this, that. And I thought to myself, you know what, if I were in a gym and a man said that, I'd have to think about where his allegiances actually lie. Is he just there for a wage? I wish Shane McGuigan all the best in his future and that, because you know what it is, he's a young kid trying to come through and that. And I wish him all the best for the future, because the young ones are the future of boxing. You know what I mean? They're the ones that's going to take over.
Did you happen to see Joe and Shane have a little bit of an altercation on the stage from where you were standing? Or
No.
I'll
fixate on the fighters and that, but you know what it is, to be fair, I'm just a mere underling, and I had people in the way. I had that Tyson Fury and his big shoulders in the way, and I had to shove him out of the way, man.
You don't want nothing with Manners. That's what he said. You don't want no problem with Manners.
Yeah, well, he's all right. They're good people and that. They're good people and that. Just big shoulders. Glenn. Yeah, man. Yeah, don't get in my light. I'm only joking.
What's been going on with you then? Obviously, I know you do a lot of work with the Warrington team and the Warrington camp, but what have you been up to aside that, man? What's been going on?
Well, as I say, I'll always say big respect to Sean and Josh for me and all them lot being part of a successful team in Leeds and that. And the most that we're going to do is try our best to turn around and stay grounded, stay the down-to-earth people that we are, and just try and represent our city, our county, our country, our people as best as we can, and make sure that we can always walk down the streets of Leeds and that without getting eggs thrown at us and all that, you know what I mean, for being pompous or being too big for his boots. Because we're not about that. We're just about the winning, you know what I mean, and we can do us best. We'll spearhead the Leeds campaign for world dominance in boxing. We'll spearhead that.
A lot of people want to crack at Josh Walton, don't they?
Listen, let them earn their stripes and that, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what it is, you don't get to be the general without having to turn around and fight a few wars, mate. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what it is, do what you do. You do what you do, and you do what he's done already, and you'll earn your place, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Run your mouth, you know what I mean? You remember what Stormy said? Chat shit. Oh! Chat rubbish, get banged. You know what I mean? And chances are, before you even get to us, you'll get banged if you run your mouth, because we don't do things in a bad way. You know, we're doing it from an honest way. Everything he does is based on hard work, determination, desire, and honesty, and that's what we're about. Simple. You know what I mean? So all them men who want to run off the mountain, turn around and say they want to fight, earn your right.
Chat shit, get banged.
Man like manners.
Yeah, man.
He wants
Don't
manners.
go and sign up to me, Dread. You know what I mean? I mean, just see that. You know what I mean? We're not doing
We
no.
don't talk like you, but
No, because you're Asian. I mean, don't mind that Asian sensation.
Like this, I'm done. My friend, how are you doing, your friend?
I'm not bad. Just get the taxi ready.
That's fine.
No, I'm sorry. Oh.
Take it easy, man.
You know what I mean?
Just had repairs done.
I know. You know what I mean? I don't want them teeth coming out again. No, but I'll tell you what I've done over the last few days. I just say there's many of us guys who come from a boxing background who haven't had the academic and we haven't got the most financial backing to do the things that we do in life. That's life.
A lot of our media guys are like that as well.
Yeah, we start from the bottom, work his way up, and just try his best. And at the end of the day, if we can do that, we find that as an achievement. But what we've done lately, I've been working with an old man he's called Mike. We call him Mighty Mike. He's a fantastic guy. And fortunately, a filmmaker from Manchester called Gareth Bowler, he wanted an idea of, he wanted to work with somebody who'd been inspired by boxing, and boxing may have changed their life and made a difference. And Mike, unfortunately, he contracted cancer. Initially, he had a bad motorway accident and he was in a coma for 3 months, man. He had to learn to walk again, this, that and the other. I don't want to give too much of his private information away because really and truly, you know. But he doesn't mind, he's on film. Well, they came down and initially they was talking to me and I said, hang on a minute, no. At the end of the day, I've just done what I've got to do to get through. But this guy here, Mike, he's the one who you should have a story about. So they came down to the gym and they filmed us and that, you know what I mean? They filmed him and they said a bit of his story. And at the moment, it's on. It's going around the social media, and Gareth, as a filmmaker in his own right, he's trying to get it on certain platforms. Now I don't know all about that. I just know about boxing and trying my best. But it's out on the social media. I've got a Facebook account that I try and use for the positive. It's all about boxing, you know what I mean? It's all about boxing.
Well, listen, if it's all right with them, we'll happily put it on our platform.
Without a doubt, you know what I mean?
We ain't got no money, but we can.
No, but
you know,
it's not. You know yourself. It's not about money. It's about saying, listen, we can all make money. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I can make you money. You can make me money. We can all make money. But it's not about that. It's about us. It's about
if we
us
can help and put it on, mate. We're more than
I respect
happy
that.
to put it on.
I'll tell you what. I had a few fighters out. Not I. In conjunction with myself, had a few fighters out. There's a guy called Tom Bell who's just boxed. We boxed a Scottish guy who'd had 5, won 4, drawn 1, and we boxed him on a Hobson show a couple of weeks ago, and he won convincingly. He's the sort of guy who he didn't want easy touches. What he wanted was to fight. Is your arms all right?
I was just looking around and realised we're the last person in the damn venue. You've done me. There's 2 men in the venue.
It's about the last man standing, and that's who counts. Trust me. Then lightweights can move on. But watch, Tom Bell. He had a convincing win against a Scottish guy down on a Hobson show the other week. Very, very good. And for him to turn on, he'd only had 1, and he said he wants challenges. And so he was given a challenge against a Scottish unbeaten guy, and he beat him convincingly. McCormack, I think it was called, Scott McCormack. Mally, the Matrix, right, who you know.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Nice
He won.
kid.
Listen, he won again. He's won
nice.
the university championships for the second,
He's like
third time.
your protege,
Yeah,
mate,
he's a
isn't
good
he?
guy. He's a
He's
good
a
guy.
nice
You know what I
kid,
mean?
man.
I work with him in conjunction. He fights out of Tiger's gym. He trains down with us. God's willing, I'm hoping he's going to get on the England setup because he's the kind of guy who can represent us. You know what I mean? He's a good guy.
He's a good guy, man.
Yeah, I've got an Asian guy, Asian sensation, Hardeep Singh, who's a big heavyweight. Hopefully, he had his first fight the other week and won very well. Like I say, we're working very well in conjunction with Tiger's gym in Leeds, Jason Gledel.
We'll have to come down to Tiger's gym.
I'd
when we
love
get a
it.
chance.
Tiger's gym, you come down to Precise Accurate Training,
Come
Dread,
down,
forget Tiger's gym. You know what I mean? You come down to ours first, you know? I'm saying working in conjunction with, you know what I mean? Also with Jimmy James Harrington and them, Sean, Josh, myself.
He's a nice guy. Isn't he,
Oh,
James?
Jimmy
Nice
James
guy.
is an angel,
Yeah,
man.
nice
He's a good guy. Listen, I like the nice guys in boxing. There's some nice,
Same as.
genuine guys in boxing, like yourself, like Coogan, although Coogan's gone
So
superstar.
it's not include Coogan in that. But
Yeah,
we
Coogan's
get there.
superstar now,
He's
you know what I
superstar.
mean? He talks to us occasionally when he wants some, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you some good guys. Who's a hot tip? Who's a hot tip now? O'Hara Davis.
Yes.
I
Doing well,
I
O'Hara.
like that guy, you know what I mean? He's not the best looking guy in the world. You know, when I say that, I mean, what I mean is he's not...
You can't say
No, I'll say it, no.
Aesthetically,
no,
he's not
when I
pleasing
say-
you. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. What I'm saying is I don't like pretty boxers because they have to protect the face. Whereas you get them...
I don't know how O'Hara's going to feel about you putting him
No,
in
I
that
don't mean it.
category.
No, I'm not putting him down because I'm saying he's not a pretty boy.
No, I know
you know
what
what I
you're
mean? He's a handsome young man, but he's not looking on his looks. He's looking on his skills, and I like that. You know what I mean? But saying that he still don't get bust up or not like that.
Yeah. I'd like to see him in sort of stepping him up a little bit now. He's
I think
10-0.
Yeah, but he's 10-0. You might say he's
stepped
stepping. Yeah, but when you say stepped up, he's only 10-0.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the people who's been boxing, I think some of the people who's been boxing are a level above him anyway,
But the
and
thing
he's
is,
dealt with them.
If you look at the level of competition he has in sparring,
Oh yeah, well,
it's
that's where you
levels
learn.
above where
he's fighting.
So
Yeah,
I'd like
okay,
to see
yeah,
meet
but
in the
that's
middle a
rushing
little
him.
bit now. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think he's still got time to grow. I think he's still got a good 6 or 7 of them learning fights in him before he turns around and says, well, you might turn around and say, oh, get him on title contention. No. He's only had 10 fights. Let him grow. Let his...
O'Hara ain't going to like this.
Yeah, he might not.
You've
but
called him ugly and you've stopped him from challenging for a title this year.
Well, I'm not saying I'm
Anything else
stopping
you
him.
want to add to this, man?
No, I love O'Hara Davis. I love his style, but you know what it is? He's young enough and he's good enough to turn around and grow and be a real
force.
A real force, yeah. So why not turn around and give him a few more fights and that, and let him grow? Listen, if I could name some fighters that I think that he would deal with right now, but
Go on
I
then.
won't.
Give me one.
I think he beats Ricky Burns.
Wow, big statement.
I think he beat Ricky Burns already.
Unfortunately, because they're gym mates, we probably won't see that fight.
I know. I didn't want to say that, and that's no disrespect to Ricky Burns. That's why I rate.
I'll put you
O'Hara
on the
Davis.
spot there, to be fair.
Yeah, put me on the spot. I don't mind. You know what I mean? I'm there to be. Yeah. Who else? I think it's a shame about Bob Adjasaf and that because I think he's a quality fighter and the opportunities are going away from him. Sometimes if you haven't got a massive promoter, you got to take all them challenges.
I was sad to see him vacate his British. I thought there was some good fights there for him. But if he's ready to move on,
Yeah,
he's
but
ready to move
it's
on,
all right
isn't he?
being ready to move on, but if you ain't got nowhere to move on to, that's the thing, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he's worthy of European title challenges and all that business, without a doubt. But if them opportunities are coming, you got to turn around and eat the scraps. You know what I mean? You got to eat them scraps until you get a big meal. You know what I mean? Simple as that. But from a boxing point of view, listen, this is one of the best fights that I've seen put together for a long time.
Give me,
A prediction.
finally, your prediction on how you see the bout going and who you see in retaining their title and taking someone else's title, more to the point.
It's difficult, man. Is it called intangible? It's difficult. I'll tell you what it is. I'll put it this way. A friend of mine, Stuart Patrick, staunch Northern Irish fella, he's so totally into the jackal.
Yeah.
Me, I've got to thank Joe Gallagher, Scott Quigg, Stephen Smith, all them guys at that stable for the help and preparation that they've given us in previous fights. So you know what? Come on, Quigg, give him a dig. Simple. I want Quigg. I've got to go Quigg. And as much as I
Heard
love
it here first from Manners himself. His official prediction, exclusive
Quigg.
to IFL TV.
Quigg, give him a dig. Done.